Hey, my true seekers, how are you guys doing? Hope you all are doing great today. Welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. Let me make sure that I do my mic check. And once I do my mic check, I can go ahead and get into. Okay, everything sounds great. Sounds great. So, again, guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and nine buys. Also, the ones that's coming on and watching the replay, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. As you can see right here, guys, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit more about Sean Combs. I know everybody knows that, they went ahead and raided his home, but it's a lot of stuff to me. I don't know. I'm just picking up in the spirit. It is just kind of weird. And I want to go ahead and talk about all that. But before I continue, guys, let me go ahead and read the disclaimer and then we can go ahead into my show. So let me make sure I go ahead and get this out because you know how it is in here, okay? So let me go ahead and read the disclaimer and the ones that's coming on to watch the replay. Make sure you go ahead and share these videos for more unapologetic content or however you feel led because you know how it is, especially when you start standing on your truth. You know how it is like that. But like I said, ain't nobody got time to sugarcoat nobody, okay? And as you can see right here, yes, I do look a little tired, okay? But the copyright disclaimer is under, let me see if I can go ahead and get in the back a little bit. Okay, the copyright disclaimer is under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. And also, again, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. So I want to go ahead and talk about some of the stuff that is going on because it has went viral. You know how it is, especially when celebrities, make news. Everybody and their mama, they want to make sure that they do hundreds and hundreds of videos a day. Okay, so yeah, I want to go ahead and talk about all that right there. But before I continue with my commentary, I want to go ahead and talk about. I don't know if you guys saw the Maryland Bridge had collapsed. I mean, some weird things is going on. Weird things is going on, and we want to talk about this because notice, all types of stuff always happens. When something, how can I say it? Because this, I don't want to say like no theory, but it's just like, especially when it's close to election time, and we also know about all the stuff that's going on with Donald Trump, and some weird stuff, guys. Some weird stuff is going on. And for some reason, I'm just picking it up in my spirit. And that's why I sit there and say, guys, we be thinking that, a lot of stuff that is happening, is just a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence. I don't put nothing past when it comes to what I call the power that be. All this stuff that I see right here, like I say, this is my opinion, and we all have opinion. At the end of the day, it's just a distraction, and it's time for us to wake up, and we're going to go ahead and talk about, because some of the stuff that is going on and how we saw they did the raid when they went into several of Sean Combs' homes. I mean, they had like army cars. I mean, it was like a overkill. And I want to talk about that, but let's go ahead and talk about this right here. Let me go ahead and pull this up, the Maryland Bridge. We're gonna go ahead and talk about that because this is kind of weird as well. A lot of weird stuff is going on, and he that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. Because see, all they have to do is throw us a bone, and that right there is going to get our attention. And w- while they are behind the scene working overtime. Now, some of you guys might have caught this, but let me go see if I can go ahead and pull this up right here. Yeah, let's go ahead and watch this clip right here. This is NBC News, and I already went ahead and put the copyright, but I want you guys to see how a barge went ahead and hit this bridge in Maryland and how it collapsed. Let me show you this right here. And right here, it brought back memories. It brought back Katrina. And I mean, it's a lot of stuff, especially during. Look at that. You saw that? You saw that barge went ahead and hit that bridge, and look how it collapsed. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it had happened around about 1 o'clock or maybe 2 o'clock that night. But just think about it. Think about it if it would have happened during work hours. If all this right here would have happened during work hours, guys, just think about it. So many lives. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was six people that is missing. One survived. I bet he's gonna be praying 24/7 because he was the one that escaped. But when I saw this collapse, and how the barge went ahead and hit that bridge, it brought back memories with Katrina. I don't know if you guys familiar with Geraldo Guevara. He used to be a talk show host. When he went ahead, he came down here to New Orleans, and he caught a lot of footage and he caught a lot of flack. And some said, and I'm going to say allegedly, could be the reason why he had lost his show, because he was filming and he said that, and I'm gonna say alleged because it's not his exact words, but it was like someone had gave him a heads up that another barge was going to hit the bridge in New Orleans. And he was out there with his cameraman, and sure enough, that barge went ahead and hit that bridge. Okay. Like I said, some strange things is going on. And all this right here, guys, this is my opinion. Okay. This is my opinion, and everything is alleged. But it's just some weird stuff is going on. And that's why when I come on, I always tell you guys, it's all right to sit there and entertain you guys now and then, but it's time for us to sit there and wake up, because so much stuff is going on. And while they sitting there and putting all this stuff out, and you don't know what's going on behind the scene, because this right here, this is some weird stuff. This is some very weird stuff. So I want to go ahead and talk about Sean Combs' son, Justin and King. Yeah, Justin and King, how they went ahead and they handcuffed them. And some was saying, that was a part of protocol, but they went there with a search warrant for the home, not to make any arrests. And everybody was saying that when it came to P. Diddy, how he was trying to escape, and he got on his plane and, was trying to leave the country, found out none of that stuff was true. It's like they throwing us a ball. Once not a ball, a bone. They throwing us a bone, because they know we love to gravitate to all this drama. And if they can get our attention and have us to focus on other stuff, then that's exactly what they're going to do. But let me go ahead and play this right quick. I want to play this little small clip. Let me make sure that I put my copyright, which I already had put that on. But guys, like I said, a lot of things you just got to, you just got to be careful, because we got some crafty counselors, and when they want to sit there and do some things, they know exactly what to do. And we are so fixated, especially when it comes to all these celebrities. So what they are going to do, and all this stuff right here is close to election time. But let me show you this one right here, this clip right here. And I know you guys saw it 100.
Coming out. Who's this guy? Yeah, they're all.
This right here is Sean King's son. Sean Combs' son. I think it's Justin, if I'm not mistaken, Justin or King. But just look how they got him handcuffed and got him backing up. And they say all this right here is a part of protocol. But like I say, it's an overkill, because you went in there to get some stuff that is in that house, not to sit there and make arrests. And we could talk about when it comes to Donald Trump, all the stuff that Donald Trump have did, and he was the president of the United States. They didn't do that much to Donald Trump, and he could have had some very damaging stuff. Most likely, he did in that home, but you didn't see the entire army. It just looked like it was just too much. You didn't see that at Donald Trump house. You didn't see all this. You would swear that this man was one of the top mafians. The way that they came into the home and then handcuffed the kids. And someone said that one of his daughters also was handcuffed. And I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't believe that, because we most definitely would have went ahead and saw that. Those bloggers, they would have made sure that they put that out.
All
But look
kind of
at this one
dressed
here.
alike.
Definitely
That
shocking
makes me
and
think that
hectic out here in Holmby Hills at one of Sean Diddy Combs' homes. We were first on scene as it all unfolded. We came right in the middle of the convoy of about 40 undercover law enforcement vehicles before they
40 undercover law enforcement vehicles was out there. 40. And I don't know, guys. I don't know.
We saw some of his sons in handcuffs. That doesn't necessarily mean they're being arrested, though, right?
Yes, absolutely not. It could be some form of detainment, especially when you're involving law enforcement officers entering into a household. That's a lot of unknown variables. They want to make sure that they're safe. So if there's
And they saying, it doesn't mean that, the person is being arrested, just because they handcuffed. But still of all, his daughters are very, very young. So just say that his daughter was in there. That would have traumatized those kids. See, we do things, it's like it's to set example, and that's what it is to me. And I understand, you guys, like I say, I don't follow these celebrities, so I don't know half of the stuff that you guys know. But what I do see, this right here, this is, this right here is a lot. And we already know how they do us. Okay, they going to make an example. And the real big fishes that's out there, it's like they get a slap on the wrist, because I saw a lot of people, they've been saying nobody covering all the stuff that happened, with the Nickelodeons, nobody, covering that story. And I was reading a little bit of it, and they were saying something about one of the guys only received 16 months in jail, for pedo. 16 months for pedo. Now, good and well, if it was us, they would have went ahead and they would have threw the book at us. So let me go ahead and get out this, and I'm gonna play another one. I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play that one. I'm gonna play that one last. I want to show you guys. Wait, let me see. I must have got out of that one right there. So I don't know if y'all saw this one right here. I saw this on TikTok, and I guess they're making it a little spooky. I'm gonna turn the music down, but if it was anybody else would have been going through, what he's going through, I can imagine, having that dark cloud around your head. And once you got that dark cloud around your head and you are in a dark space, nobody wants to even be around you. And this guy right here, this is Flavor, and he didn't even go up. Well, we didn't see. He might have, earlier probably went up to P Diddy, but it's like he just went ahead and passed by him. And some saying, when he came and passed by him, he had that clock, and it was a sign, letting P Diddy know that his time is almost up. That's why they had Flavor, to go ahead and pass by P Diddy. And also Ti was there too. If I'm not mistaken, I think Ti went ahead and greeted him. But just look how it looked like you can see that something is very, very heavy on Sean King. Why I keep saying Sean King? Because his son is Sean King, Sean Combs. But yeah, I wanted to go ahead and show you that right there. And like I said, guys, this right here, this is a lot, but I don't know. For some reason, I'm just picking something up, and I don't know if it's just me, but it's something just so weird. Something is going on. Something is going on. And we already know when it comes to these crafty counselors, when something that you do that is not in line with their game, this is how they play. That's why I say, much is given, much is required. And you don't mess with them, because and the reason why you don't mess with them, and I'm not saying be afraid of them, but when you are in that type of industry and they control just about everything, believe me, they're going to have something to hold over your head. But it's just a coincidence. It's just so weird. Why now? Why now? We got Trump, we know that he's going to court. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be next month. It starts. And also with the election coming up, you don't know what's going on. It's just it's a lot of weird stuff that is going on, and it never fails. It never fails. Every time when something big about to happen, we always, be distracted by stuff like this, especially when it comes to these high profile celebrities. Always, never fails. Never. And all I just sit there and say, guys, a lot of stuff, and this is not a theory, some kind of conspiracy thing. It's just, I don't know. I guess I'm just in my thoughts, but it's, to me, it's like a distraction. It's just a distraction, and we know exactly how these people play. These people does not play fair. They does not play fair. And if they can sit there and make a statement, example out of you, as you can see right here, this is an example, because this is like an overkill. 40 armored trucks went inside of his home on camera, handcuffed his children, and most likely all the employees that was there, pulled them out the house and just threw them on the side of the road. All that stuff right there, guys. Like I say, you will be surprised the stuff that goes on. And I'm not trying to give P. Diddy, I'm not trying to give him a pass, because like I said, you did the crime, you do the time. But it's just something, it's just something that, it just don't set well in my spirit when it comes to stuff like this. Why now? Why now? We about to have a very high profile trial next month that is about to happen. The president, the former president of the United States, is about to go to trial. Election is about to come. And we already know, even though Trump, he got a trial that's coming next month, when it comes to the presidency, he's still in the lead. He's still in the lead. I don't know, but it's just something. Something is just, and I truly believe, because one thing about me, guys that follows me, you all know when I say something, you could take it to the bank. And when I say it's something just don't set right in my spirit when it comes to stuff like this, trust me, 9 out of 10 is going to be revealed to me. Because why did you make a public expective out of his son, but yet Puffy was in Miami with no handcuffs at all? And I'm pretty sure that they were out there on the scene when he was pacing. Puff Daddy, what's his name? Sean Combs was pacing the sidewalk. I'm pretty sure that, they had agents out there, but you do not see no handcuffs on him, but you see it on his sons for the entire world to pick it apart. Make it make sense. And that's what I wanted to go ahead and talk about. It's not a theory, it's just my opinion. I'm just getting some very strange vibes when it comes to stuff like this. And it's time for us to be hip to the game. We should be hip to the game. Because like I say, when it comes to Black celebrities, they're not going to die with their legacy intact. They're going to end up in jail, or they're going to sit there and scandalize their name, but they are not going to die with their legacy intact. We got Hugh Hefner, we got Elvis Presley, and now they're saying something about the guy on Nickelodeon. You're not going to hear stuff like this because they're going to protect their own people. They're going to die with their legacy intact, but we're not, because we are the ones that's sitting there helping these people do their job. Most of all this stuff is because of how social media is the ones that's spinning these stories right here, making it bigger than what it is. Just like when it came to the R. Kelly case. Most of all this stuff because of social media, because of content creators and bloggers. And, everything is all about money. All about money. But what's the purpose of gaining the entire world and losing your soul? Like I tell you guys, I tell it to you guys all the time. You can never build a solid foundation off of material possession. That's like building a house on sinking sand. You're going to pay for it. Much is given, much is required. And we sitting there, we making videos on top of videos on top of videos. And half of the stuff that we are making videos on is not what is happening. It's not what's happening. You don't hear them coming out, giving us reports about all this stuff that is happening. Is that we sitting there, we just running off of our adrenaline like cloud chasers. But like I said, guys, one thing that I do know, the Most High God does not lead me wrong, and that's facts. Hey, Starbucks. I see my girl Starbucks. She said, hey, Lady D in chat. Let me know what your thoughts about it. Guys, let me know what your thoughts about it. But to me, all this stuff that is happening, a barge went ahead and hit the Maryland Bridge and collapsed that. And now we got all this stuff that's going on with P. Diddy, making a big old spectacle out of him, even like I said, if he did do it, then he deserved to go to trial and have a fair trial just like everybody else. But if they are in there only to see what types of, to do an investigation on the stuff that's there to get that out, but not to make arrests, why the kids are on TV handcuffed? Come on, guys, let me know, because I'm just picking up some stuff, and I was gonna come on around about 1:00, but I just, I'm just seeking God. I'm just seeking the Most High God. And one thing about my spirit, when my ancestors comes and they put something in my spirit, it just tugs on me. Something is going on behind the scene, and that's all I'm just picking up in the spirit. Something is going on behind the scene, and the Most High God is going to reveal it to us, because like I said, we are now in the year of 2024. This is the year of exposure. No rocks will be unturned. No rocks will be unturned. But this right here, what you see right here, These are little fishes. These are little fishes. They got bigger fishes that's behind this, because I don't think that P did it. And like I said, I'm just talking. Everybody else come on their channel and they talk. I'm just talking as well. I don't think that he did all this that they say all by himself. I don't think he did it all by himself. It got some big fishes behind all this. And if they saying, human trafficking and all this other stuff that is going on, I don't think that he did it all by himself. I don't think it. And another thing is very strange is when he paid Cassie off. And when you pay a person off, you give them a settlement. That's to shut them up. That means that they are not to talk about it ever again. And he paid Cassie. We don't know the exact dollars, but he paid her a good bit of money, and she's still talking. Most people, when someone paid them so much money, they just go away. But she's still talking. Like I said, guys, something is not right. Something is not right. I see my girl Starbucks said Diddy isn't a good human. He crosses the wrong person, and now they are exposing him and his family. And I totally agree with it. Like I say, when it comes to the entertainment arena, that's not really my lane. I really don't talk about them unless, it's something that, cross me or get into me, my spirit, where I need to go ahead and talk about it. But like I said, we can talk all day that P. Diddy is not a good person. We got a lot of people that is not a good person, good people. And they get a slap on their hands. They get a slap on their wrist. Sorry about that, guys. They get a slap on their wrist. We got a lot of people. But see, the thing about it is that nobody's going to touch them. Just like the video that I made the other day, how one of our people calling our people monsters in the hood. Now, you're going to call our people monsters in the hood. How did they get to that point? Because I already know how it all began. We was kings and queens. We was god and goddesses. They came in and uprooted everything, invaded and did everything. And they still today, you touch them. Just go ahead and touch them. Go ahead and touch them. And I promise you, they going to work together. They unified, but we are not unified. We are not unified at all. Star says, I believe he didn't do all by himself, but he's the one that might go down for it. Absolutely. But if I was him, honey, trust me, I would sit there and I would start, if I'm going down, everybody else gonna go down as well. That's exactly how I see it, But it's just something, it's something about all this right here, guys. It just don't, it just don't add up. And I'm pretty sure that it's going to come to the light, because I already talked about it. We are now in what I call the judgment seat. This is the year of 2024. This is the age of information. Everything is out. Nothing will be hidden. We are sitting now as what I call the judgment seat. And the Most High God, he's going to reveal it to us. He's going to reveal it to us, because these people that's behind the scene, these puppet masters, the ones that's pulling the strings, they're going to gurgitate it out. The Most High God is going to have them to gurgitate it out. And that's real talk. Star says, if you want, all enjoy the content and would like to be a blessing. Yes. Real Talk 985. Yes, guys, if you want to plant a seed, if you feel like you're being led, go ahead and hit that Cash App, Real Talk 985, or make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment. It don't even pay to hit like, comment and share these videos for more unapologetic content, because see, stuff like this, it's not easy, especially, when you go against the grain, because everybody wants you to jump on the bandwagon. But when it comes to me, when it comes to my platform, I'm a critical thinker. I think out of the box. I don't run with the crowd. I try to see it, the way that, as you can say, stand on my truth, stand on righteousness. And my truth might not be your truth, but It's just something about this. It's just not sitting right with my spirit because, as you can see right here, all those military trucks and all these people that was out there and helicopters was out there. It's like they was trying to set example because they know the crowd, they know the world is watching, and everybody attention is going to be drawn to this right here. The entire world attention is going to be drawn right there. So if everybody is right there, then they can continue doing what they need to do. He that have an ear, come on, guys, hear. Let them hear. So now all the attention, all the focus is on the stuff that is going on with P. Diddy, and the ones that don't watch the entertainment stuff, don't even know a P. Diddy. They watching the Maryland Bridge fall down. Oh my God, wake up. So if you're not, it's just say you don't like entertainment stuff, you don't know nothing about P. Diddy. I barely can pronounce his name. I'm not into the entertainment stuff as well. Then you got something else to watch. You can watch the Maryland Bridge come tumbling down. See what I'm saying? All that stuff is a distraction, guys. I'm telling you, you better wake up. We are dealing with what I call crafty counselors. Starbucks Lover says, if you are enjoying the content, thank you very much, Star. Thank you for coming in, being my mods, man. Like I sit there and say, if two or three together, God is in the midst. She says, if you are enjoying the content and would like to be a blessing to the channel, Cash App, Real Talk 985. Thank you in advance. And like I said, guys, in here is grown folks. We eat meat. Ain't nobody, is on milk. We not here to tickle nobody ears. In here is unapologetic and non-biased. This is what I call real talk. But it's a time, this is the time right now. This is what I call the end times. And in the end times, everything is going to be out in the open. Nobody is going to get away with nothing. Nobody is going to get away with nothing. You're going to be exposed. And if you out there, you doing things, and especially when it comes to the entertainment arena, trust me, you better make sure you do the right things. Cross your T's and dot your I's, because once you sign your name on that dotted line, you have sold your soul if it does not line in with what is right. And that's real talk. So guys, let me know what your thoughts about it. I just wanted to come on and talk about it because it was heavy in my spirit, and I just had to come on and release this, because this right here, even though, we got a lot of people, we got 50 Cent, he's gloating, and you don't gloat in no one's demise, because it's not like his hands is clean as well. How many times they said he got shot? So like I said, you don't gloat in nobody else's demise, because the day is them, tomorrow it could be you. And when it's you, you might not be able to handle it. You might not be able to handle it. So you don't gloat over stuff like this. I was watching a content creator. I mean, very beautiful woman. I mean, but she really just gets to me because she enjoyed every bit of it. And most of this stuff, is because, people, they're not worrying about no P. Diddy. They're not even worrying about some of the stuff. But, it draws the viewers, it draws money, and they going to, go where, the stories are, virus stuff that have went viral. But I don't care if it's viral or not. I still got to stand on my truth. I still got to tell it the way that, I see it. I just can't sit there and just make something out of something. I just don't know how people can sleep at night. I don't know about you guys, but I can't sleep at night. I got to, at least, stand on my truth. Starbucks says, I might create a channel and you and I can talk about hip hop and current event trends. Girl, I don't know too much about hip hop. I'll be preaching the hell out of them. Yep. She also says that 50 Cent is a troll. Absolutely. You saw the little meme that he made with Donald Trump calling P Diddy N word, and he just gloating. But like I said, he better make sure that he's doing right. He better make sure that his hands is clean, because when it comes after one, they comes after all. He's not exempt. So guys, like I said, it is what it is, but this right here, it just caught my spirit. It's just so much stuff that is going on. So I don't know. I just think that it was an overkill. I don't think that they should have went ahead and handcuffed the his sons or anyone else that was in that house, especially when they had got a warrant to get whatever was in that house out, but not make any arrests. So if you have a warrant to not make any arrests, then why would you handcuff? And some people I was reading, it was saying that it's part of a protocol, but I don't think that they should have went that route, especially if that person is complying. So I don't know. Yeah, I started to play, but it was. I don't think that YouTube would have been able to. It wouldn't have been good for YouTube, so I decided not to play it. But you can go on Instagram on that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's on the Shed Room. They talking about it. But yeah, guys, this is exactly what I wanted to go ahead and talk about. I think that all the stuff that was going on, I think that it is a distraction. I think that what they're trying to do, they're trying to deflect of what's really going on out there. And they know that we live, especially in a state that loves to be entertained. We love to be entertained. We idolize celebrities, we idolize football. We love to be entertained. And what they going to do, they're going to give us what we like. And if we love to be entertained, then that's exactly what they going to do. But like I said, a lot of this stuff right here, guys, a lot of this stuff right here, it is a wake up call. It's a distraction. That's how I see it. And one thing about me, when it comes to my spirit, when my spirit sit there and it gives me a revelation of something, I got to come and I got to tell it like it is, because if I can come and tell it like it is, it just makes me sick. That's just like the other day, when I was talking about, calling out people monsters. I know the outcome. I know how all this stuff started. I know who are the puppet masters. I know who are the ones that's pulling the strings. So I'm not going to sit there and just point the finger just because we see it, because we already know the real enemies. You're not going to see them. They are the ones that's hiding behind the scene. They are the masterminders. But it's time for our people to wake up, because we still going around the same circles over and over and over. How many, is they going to sit there and take out? First it was, not first, but I could go for as Michael Jackson, Bill Cosby, Ari Kelly, Prince, Whitney Houston. So many of our celebrities, and I mean giants, they come crumbling down. They never die with their legacy intact. Never. Never. But the ones that's sitting there, the puppet masters, you hear not one pin drop. You never see them come out. But soon in a minute, when they want to make a statement, it's like the Illuminati, and it's like, how people are being blackmailed. I don't know. It's just something. But I'm pretty sure that the Most High God is going to reveal, because when you sit there and you dip and dab in the things of the world and in these people I call crafty counselors, you're going to pay your life. You're going to have to pay your life. And I guess this right here, P did it. He thought that he was a billionaire and nobody could touch him. And he thought that he was exempt, because he felt that the ones that was protecting him was going to cover him. No. When you in the spotlight and all eyes are on you, They like roaches. Turn the lights on, they gonna start scattering. You're gonna be left out there by yourself. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be some more that's going to be exposed because that's the game, that's the way that you play the game. And that's why I say it's time for our people to wake up. It's time for our people to wake up. We have so much talent right in our own community where we could sit there and start building our own stuff, start doing for each other. And I promise you, their kingdom is going to fall. Their kingdom is going to crumble. And that's real talk. Star said, yep, like giving migrants credit cards with lots of money, and we are being told that it's going to be good for the taxpayers. You're right. And the thing about it is that you're not going to see content creators, especially, have a very huge platform. They're not going to talk about stuff like this. They're not going to talk about it unless it's something that's going to go viral. But stuff that is going on out there that is really happening, nobody wants to talk about it. It's like they can take all that and sweep it under the rug. Migrants getting credit cards, migrants getting $9,000 a month. I think it's in Chicago, getting all types of benefits, SSI and food stamps, and getting housing, and even getting driver's license. Migrants. And we got our own people right here on American soil. Can't even get nothing, living out there under the bridge. We got young kids coming from school, living in their cars, homeless, going to school hungry. But yet we got migrants coming in, illegal immigrants coming in and living in luxury hotels. But we still out there buck dancing and jerking and jiving. Wake up. Wake up. How long are you going to allow these people to continue rocking you to sleep? And I'm pretty sure that P. Diddy had got a divine calling to tell him to pump his brakes. And when you don't listen to that divine calling, when it tells you to pump your brakes, then this right here, this is the outcome right here. This is the outcome. You got billions of dollars. Now these people going to keep cutting at it and chipping at it until they bankrupt you, because that's the way that they do. That's the way that they do. If it's not on good grounds, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do with it. P. Diddy and all these other great entertainers out there all could have came together and they could have built an image of Black Wall Street. We could have had banks. We could have had libraries. We could have had hospitals and schools and everything that we need. But these people are so wasteful. And that's why I say more money, more problems. Much is giving and much is required. And I know this is of God. I know this is of God because I promise you, I came in with a very bad headache. And I didn't even want it to even come on. And now as I'm releasing what thus says the Lord, because he say, tell it to them, because there are some stiff-necked people. My headache is gone. I feel light because I said what thus says the Lord, because it's time for us to wake the hell out of our people. Wake up. All this right here of what you see is a distraction, guys. Is a distraction. Hey, Magic Mama. Magic Mama say hello, Lady D in chat. Hey, also Starbucks says he might have been reckless with his behavior, but I don't know. He no longer protected. He might have been too careless. Like I said, they need somebody. They're going to sacrifice somebody. And this is his time to be sacrificed. They're going to sacrifice. When you play on the devil's playground, when you play on the devil's playground, you're going to have to pay the piper. Because one thing about the devil, he does not play fair. As you can see, they don't play fair. And I'm not talking about no hocus pocus devil with a red suit and a pitchfork. I'm talking about the ones that you sat there refuse to put your mouth on. That's the ones I'm talking about. The ones that sitting there giving these people that money, having these people our people acting like a fool. But you can't touch them. Look at Candace Owens. Candace Owens called one of them a witch, even called one of them unholy. And what they did, they sat there and they canceled her, trying to cancel her. When she say, oh, they can't touch her. If they own everything, we done gave them all that power, then what do you expect? Like I said there and say, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. It all belongs to us. But long as we allow these people to treat us like children and keep pouring into that system, then all we doing is just making that monster more bigger than what it is. But if you decide just one day to say, look, I'm not going to put my money into the system. I'm going to stay my tail home. I promise you it will affect them. It would affect them because they need your back. They couldn't rise up without you. And I know you guys don't want to hear this. Y'all don't want to hear this, but I got to tell it, I got to tell it. Because it's time for our people to wake up. It's time for us to come out of her. Guys, we are a powerful people, but divided we fall. When you see one of your brothers or your sisters hurt, you should hurt as well. If I got a hangnail and that hangnail, I tell you that hangnail hurts, you should hurt as well. Because I promise you, when they say something that they don't like and it's hurting them, it's affecting them, they coming together. They coming together. Just like this rabbi had told Candace, I can't believe you calling her a witch. Well, they done called us so many names except a child of God. And we don't sit there, go around and see how to tear that person down just because you call someone a witch. In that case, the ones that celebrate Halloween, you might as well forget that. Because if you sit there, have your children dressed up in a costume as a witch, you might be called anti-Semitic. You see, it doesn't make no sense. But that's the way that they play the game. But we still haven't caught up on it because we still chasing after almighty dollars. What's the purpose? What's the purpose of gaining the entire world and losing your soul, losing your daggone mind? What's the purpose? It's not worth it because the love of money is the root of all evil, and you having all that money and losing your daggone mind. But I promise you guys, they're going to stick together. They're not going to put their mouth on each other. That's why when this young guy, Dalen, what's his name? Dalen went into church and he unalived all those people in there. First of all, why would you let them in? See, we some forgiving people. We when we see other people, we some lovable people when it comes to other people, but let it be our own. Ain't no way in the world we gonna let them in that close. But they let him in, and what did he do? And when he did that, did they sit there and they had the entire army surrounding that church with helicopters all over the place? No, they sent a few of their men to go and get him out and send him straight to Burger King and went ahead and brought him to jail. See, they don't handle us with kid gloves. They make a spectacle out of us, and we help them. We help them. But you're going to be accountable for all the stuff that you are doing because, like I said, this is the year of exposure. We are sitting on the judgment seat. And I just pray to God that you give a good report because you're going to be accountable for that. And that's real talk. So, guys, I got about 9 more minutes. And after that, I'm going to go ahead and cut the live. But this is real talk. Hi, my girl, country girl. How are you doing? Yes, indeed. And see, this is God. So, some of the stuff that I most likely probably say, they might not like it, but like I said, I got people, that's going to stand in my corner. If it's two or three, the Most High God say, I am in the midst. You don't need a crowd. See, a lot of people, they feel that they need an entourage. They need a whole bunch of people. Like I said, I might want clicks and likes, but I'm not going to sell my soul. I'm not going to sell my soul. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I come here, when I come, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to stand on my truth. And like I said, if you don't like it, you could chew it. If you don't want to chew it, spit it out. But I'm not going to tickle nobody's ears. I'm not going to do this. In here is grown folks, guys. But like I said, don't gloat over someone's demise. Don't gloat, because I promise you, they're not going to sit there and they're not going to tear their own up. The devil is not going to tear his own people up. Trust me. He's not going to tear his own people up, because that's like the blind leading the blind. Do you think that the devil is going to tear his own kingdom down? No. That's why he put these silly sheep. What you see right here is silly sheep. And they going to fall on the wayside with the rest of them. That's why I say many are called, but few are chosen. They going to fall on the wayside because they running after almighty dollars. Leave these people stuff alone, because it all belongs to us. The earth, everything belongs to us. We just don't know how to sit there and make it happen, because we're blinded by the things of this world. But they already embedded in our mind. They know what makes us move. They know what makes us think. But we still buck dancing. We still wobbling like Roland Martin. Get them on, we start buck dancing. Why you think that the president of the United States, Biden, can get a rapper, call herself Gorilla, invite her to the White House? Why they didn't get people that's very knowledgeable when it comes to politics? Because they don't take us serious. And we don't even take each other serious. It's like we hate each other. That's sad when we hate each other, but we embedded with the enemy. Make it make sense. You're going to get a rapper by the name Gorilla and invite her to the White House to talk about Black issues. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. But I blame my people on some of this stuff right here. I blame my people. Sometimes we can be our worst enemy. I'm not going to keep saying, oh, it's them, it's them, it's them, because you know it's them. But when are you going to say enough is enough? My girl says, Sleepy Joe. When are you going to say enough is enough? When are you going to say, look, it's time for us to sit there and start taking care of each other, because they're going to take care of each other. We can't even call these people names. We can't even sit there, even say we God and goddesses. If we say we God and goddesses, they'll sit there and they'll try to cancel you. You can't say you God and goddesses, but you can talk about, oh, I'm a slave. Oh, I'm on a plantation. You could talk about stuff like that. But what about before slavery, when we was kings and queens, when we was God and goddesses? What about then? It's like we have fallen so far from what I call our first love, where it's time for us to come together because you're not going to get away with nothing. You're not going to get away with nothing. I don't give a care how much money you got. And it's showing you right now, P. Diddy is a billionaire, but his money does not mean nothing when they ready to come after you. And like I said, much is given, much is required. That sleepy Joe, that sleepy, creepy Joe, absolutely. But this is real, guys. Wake up. It's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to wake up. But I promise you, I feel so light. I didn't even want Star and Country. I promise you, I didn't even want to come on. I mean, I had a very severe migraine headache. But when I came on, I feel so light now because I had to release it. Because I say, Lord, here am I, use me. This is my calling, this is my lane. And it's to rip the sheets off of these wolves in sheep clothing. And it's to tell our people to come out of her. It's time for us to come out of her. How many cars, how many houses that you can gather for somebody else to come and just snatch it away from you? What really hurted my heart when I saw one of my own people, a content creator, it's now, that's not Diddy's house. That house belongs to the feds. Once they in there, they can do what they want. That's their house. And they gloating over that. Something this man worked it so hard for, and you saying this is not his house. It's just to show you that we don't own nothing. When they want to come in, they could come in and they could do whatever they want to do. And once this over, what we going to do? We're going to forget about it and we're going to go back and do our regular normal things we do every day. Go and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on unnecessary stuff. Don't you know we are one of the biggest consumers? We spend trillions of dollars, 2 point some trillions of dollars a year on unnecessary stuff. That's why I hate when I be seeing, on news that the blacks are the poorest people. We are not poor. And we spend 2 point some trillions of dollars a year. We're not poor. It's just that we are bad stewards. We consumers. We love to give. We love to pour into the system, and that's why that system is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, like a huge Goliath. And sooner or later, that big Goliath, that big giant is going to continue chewing you up and spitting you out because you fed that monster. And that's why they can look at you like children. Yes, they look at you, grown women, grown men. They look at us and they treat us like children because we act like children. So in a minute, we get a little money, we lose our mind. That's why sometimes, I sit there and say, Lord, have mercy. Sometimes it's just, don't pay these people to have that much money. What's the purpose of losing your daggone mind behind it? Make it make sense. That's why they say a fool with money, giving it all back to them, and they're going to make sure they take every penny of it. That's why we have to be good stewards, guys. And that's real talk. Can't get no real than that. I'm done. Can't get no real than that. Thank you, Country Girl. Thank you, Starbucks. Thank you for coming in. And who else came in? Magic Mama, thank you for coming in. And I like when people talk to me because, see, when people come and talk to me, I know they are real people. I know they are real people. And it got, people that's, hanging behind, as they call it, the bush babies. There's some good people too. But we also got a lot of trolls. But you're going to know how to separate the sheeps from the goats. Okay, but guys, I done did my hour. I just wanted to come on and talk about it, which I struggled to talk about it because I came on with a very, I mean, very bad migraine, very bad migraine. But I feel good because this right here, I had to release it out. And all I can say right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. All I can say right now, guys, is keep your eyes off of material possessions. Because, like I said, you can never build a solid foundation off of material possession. That is like building a house on sinking sand. When God bless you, don't go out there and live like the world. Be a blessing to your people because I promise you, they're going to take care of their people. We don't have no schools, not good schools. We don't have no libraries. We don't have no banks. We don't have nothing. But just imagine if we poured that $1 billion into our Black community, we will be a force to be reckoned with. And that's real talk. So, guys, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and close it down. Thank you very much. My girl, country girl, say, everyone, enjoy the rest of your evening. Be safe. God bless you all. And thank you, guys. Thank you very, very much. Thank you, my mods. And you all be blessed.